to start.
Thank you, sorry. Technical issues.
Well, many of you know me. I've been here in this group for a little over 3 years. I have been licensed as a public adjuster for about the same amount of time. Grew up here in St. Petersburg, Florida. I was born and raised here. And so, I went to school with Nathan, and I love it here. So it means the world to me to be in BNI Nexus. It seems like this is the place to be if you're going to network in St. Petersburg. So that's me up there. That is my license. December 2020 is when I received that. And that's just a little snapshot of my life outside of adjusting. Top left, that's me and my girlfriend in Puerto Rico. We recently took that trip. Got to meet her family. It was amazing. And I like to rock climb. I like to explore. I like to go caving, traveling. And I think that one of the most important things about living this life, all of you are busy business owners, but you just got to enjoy the journey. So that is me enjoying the journey in different ways. I'm also a DJ, bottom right, just playing some music for people. I enjoy that, but I'm not here to talk about that. So I am here to talk about being a public adjuster. So what is a public adjuster? A public adjuster is someone who comes out to inspect the property, just like an insurance adjuster for the insurance company would, but they do it as an advocate for the policyholder or for the homeowner. And so when I come out, I'm inspecting every room. I'm coming out and making sure that if the damage is there, I'm finding it. A lot of times when the insurance company sends out their adjuster, they're out there for 10 minutes, especially in the time of a hurricane. They're just churning and burning, trying to get to the next inspection so that they can go home and then start all over again the next day. I'm there to take time. I've got a thermal camera that I use to moisture map the ceilings. I've got a moisture meter. I take the tools and the time to make sure that your claim is adjusted properly. That is me in various locations. I believe right there, I'm standing right here, going like this, educating you all about what it is to be a public adjuster. That's me at a trade show on the right. A big part of this job is educating the public about what we do, because there's a lot of people that don't know. So why am I a public adjuster? Well, I grew up raised by my dad, who's in the bottom right corner. He was an attorney here in St. Petersburg for 30 years, and one of his things was that he was an advocate for people, people who needed help. And so that's kind of how I see myself. A lot of homeowners, they don't know the insurance process. They don't know how to talk to their insurance company. And so I get to be that voice for them. And so, I enjoy that. I also enjoy the challenge of reading insurance policies, going to bat for the policyholder, and making sure they get paid what they're owed. So why hire me? Well, I've been doing it for 3 years, but I work for a public adjusting firm that has been around for 17. We're the largest in the state. You can see in that photo at the bottom that we've got a large team who has a wealth of knowledge in terms of both construction and insurance claims. We've got a fine-tuned process that's been refined over the years, and we do a good job for our clients. I also personally am trained in Xactimate, so I know how to read an estimate. When the insurance company sends you an estimate and I read it, there's a lot of things that are missing there that I can include in my estimate, and we can negotiate to hopefully a favorable settlement. I am also IICRC certified in mold and water remediation, And so, I know a lot of the same things that Nathan knows. I don't actually do the same work that Nathan does, but, when he comes to me and explains the situation of one of his customers, I can, we can talk about it, and I know what he's talking about. So your policy is it's the roadmap to how your plan is going to play out. Every policy is written to be a contract of indemnity, which means that it's supposed to bring in a pre-loss condition, but there are certain things in there that might limit the amount that you get out of your insurance claim. One of those things is you might have a ACV policy versus RCV. So if you've got an old home, they're going to take that value that it's depreciated over the years, and they're not going to give you that back. Another thing is wind deductibles. Those are very high sometimes. So a lot of policies, the wind deductible will be listed as a percentage. That doesn't really give a whole lot of information if you don't know what that is a percentage of. So it's a percentage of coverage A. So if you have $1 million in coverage A and then a 2% wind deductible, it's a high amount. It's $20,000. So 200,000. I don't know. Miss a zero somewhere. So yeah, I talked about these actual cash value. Another big thing is $10,000 water limits. Whenever there is a water loss in a home, let's say it's a pinhole leak through a pipe, and the homeowner didn't know about it, came home from vacation, and their whole place is flooded, $10,000 isn't really going to cover much. You want to make sure that if you want the coverage that you need in that situation, that you have it. So talk to your agent about that. Ordinance and law, that's a big thing. Building codes are changing constantly. They can be very expensive to bring your building up to code in the event of a loss. Make sure you have a lot of ordinance and law. This is some of what I've experienced in Hurricane Ian. So the top left photo is a great example of the actual cash value being a huge problem. So this is one of 7 homes covered under an actual cash value policy. 6 out of the 7 need full roof replacements. Obviously that one does. And the insurance company only wants to pay $3,000 for all 7 homes that are severely damaged. And that's just because it's an actual cash value policy. So because they're older homes, they're not getting what they need. So it's critical to sit down with your agent and just discuss what's in there. Most homes are fully gutted and they're left with peanuts to put it back together. So I'm doing my best to advocate for these people, but the policy is critical. So different ways to refer me. Contractors, homeowners, HOA, condo association managers. These are different people that I can help, people that know people who need help. And so, any connections to those people, thank you if you made those connections. And special thank you to all these people listed for, trusting me in the past, even if it's just giving me a call. Hey, I've got this situation, I need your advice. Like, I appreciate that. I like helping people, even if I'm not getting a job from it, like, thank you.